Distributed to households across the country, Emory Douglas's back covers for the Black Panther newspaper rely on limited color palettes, text, and visual symbols of revolt to serve as a call to action for the people. As the Minister of Culture for the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, Douglas created visual media, including the Black Panther Community News Service, to spread information and recruit new party members. On the back cover of this issue from January 1971, which focuses on community solidarity and intercommunalism, Douglas's collage of figures stresses the importance of collective struggle. Several of them look directly at the viewer, drawing them in to join the fight for justice. This image becomes functional then, serving as a call to action even for those who don't or can't read the whole newspaper. In the late 60s and early 70s, when Douglas was creating his Black Panther publications, Euro-white supremacy and imperialist capitalism led to systemically under-resourced and neglected schools in Black communities, meaning that literacy rates were low. This made visual media essential to the Black Panther Party's recruitment and informational materials. Visual symbols of revolt, such as guns, knives, and other weapons of self-defense, became just as important as the written articles in the Black Panther, particularly before the party's spring 1971 shift towards a focus on community organizing rather than armed struggle. The function of this piece, and all of Douglas's newspapers, as a public call to action, defines many of the piece's formal aesthetic elements. In order to reach as many people as possible, production of the Black Panther had to be extremely cost-efficient, meaning that budgetary constraints dictated many of Douglas's aesthetic decisions around color, texture, and line. For example, thick, bold lines helped disguise the imperfect registration of the newspaper press, while also mimicking the visual language of printmaking and catching the attention of the viewer. Similarly, to save time and money, Douglas used two-color printing, with black and one other color, broadening the range of shades and creating a more interesting piece with different texture film. Here, Douglas uses red, a color connotated with extremes: anger, blood, love, and power. In some places, as in this mother's head wrap, the red works to create a sense of care and protection, and in other places, as in this portrait of Huey Newton, the red is associated with power and strength. The different instances of red also draw the viewer's eye around the paper, calling the mass of people to attention. In another strategy to more efficiently use resources, Douglas regularly collaged together photographs, drawings, and prints from previous newspapers to create new works. Here, Douglas includes images of men and women, children, and parents. He sourced these images from a number of his previous works in the Black Panther, mostly from 1969 and 1970. For instance, on the bottom left of the back cover, this woman glares straight at the viewer, almost daring them to oppose her. Carrying large knives and sporting a political pin, her revolutionary stance is unequivocal. By foregrounding the role of women as participants in armed struggle against capitalism and white supremacy, this image calls to action any women viewing the work, reminding them that they too are essential to the revolution. Further, on the top left of Douglas's 1971 back cover, a tearful small child with a gun strapped to his back looks almost pitifully straight ahead. His age and presumed helplessness frame the child as needing the protection of the Panthers, while his gun paints the child as a revolutionary himself. Through this contrasting imagery, this print at once shows what the Panthers were fighting for, the liberation of Black children, while also presenting this child as the future of the revolution. Decades after the dissolution of the Black Panther Party, Emory Douglas's work continues to influence the creative practices of contemporary artists like Juliana Huxtable and Juan Capistran, who evoke Douglas's art style for the masses and explicit functionality. These paintings, which Huxtable refers to as posters, adopt Douglas's bold lines and limited color palettes, establishing a sense of publicness in their style. Juan Capistran's sculptures and paintings even more explicitly reference Douglas's work, using the same motifs of pigs, panthers, guns, and nooses to highlight the continuation of the structures that the Panthers were fighting against into the 21st century. Using the aesthetics of revolt and spreading the message to people across the country and the world, Emory Douglas's works acted as a call to action that still resonates today.